Number 9, Sanegas. $67 into 51 for Sanegas.
Mate, this is my pick of the roughies.
Yeah?
Yeah, I put him in that thing last night that we had to send up to Robbo. His run in the Caulfield Cup was better than it looked. If you read it on paper, go back and have a look at the replay. He's just punching along the fence. I remember a horse called Viewed did it a few years ago, and I know Viewed went in the McKinnon after it, and this guy hasn't. But I thought his track work when we were out at Flemington on last Tuesday was really, really good. He looks good. He's trained by the best Melbourne Cup trainer of all time. Nick Hawes in good form at the moment. He's definitely my pick of the roughies.
He's a chance to run in the first 10. He's too slow, mate.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's too slow.
I can't come to a serious conclusion.
Mate, he doesn't have that acceleration. Like he whacks away and bats away. And
yep.
I can see him finishing about 6 lengths off the winner. A bit like the Caulfield Cup.
Gillian Heinrich's got a share in them.
Has she?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, Hoss, I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10 is Ethiopia. Now, Ethiopia, $19 out to 21.
My lovely mother rang me this morning, said she wants to bet on Ethiopia. And I said, well, I'm not going to tip you away from him. I don't like him, but can't tip you away from him. He's sort of the X-Factor horse of the Aussies, really.
Yeah, fair call.
In the sense that we don't really know how good he is. To me, he seems like he needs at least 2,400 to show his best. His run in the Cox Plate was pretty good.
Yep.
It says in our comments he was ridden upside down, which is exactly right for what we're used to seeing him do. But, you know, he gets out to the 3,200 metres here and he won a derby at his 4th career start or something like that. I mean, he could be a really good horse. We just don't know.
He's a good trainer pack, Kerry, too. Yeah. Don't worry about that. He is a good race horse trainer.
Yeah.
You know, he's won derbies, won BMWs with Soderbergh. And so, you know, no knock on that. I just wonder how much that Cox Plate may have hurt him. He did a bucket load of work in that, and I just wonder whether that's going to help him in the Melbourne Cup or hinder him. Only time will tell. You made a point elsewhere to me, his only start past 2,000 metres, he charged through the line, and he did in that derby. It will not surprise me one bit if he was to come out and be extremely competitive, but I just worry that Cox Plate run might have hurt him, and he's apparently been a bit sore and whatever else. Not for me. So, but I definitely think he's a very good horse.
Yeah, it's sort of a bit like Efficient a few years ago. I mean, he's not in the same, not putting him in the same class as Efficient, but Efficient's only run beyond 2,000 metres was in the Derby, and then the next time he hit it was in the Melbourne Cup, wasn't it? So
yeah. All right, number 11, Fiorente, 21 to 26.
We get to a 5-year-old here, the first 5-year-old we've come across, I think, isn't it?
Well, Ethiopia's a 4-year-old.
So he'd be the first 5-year-old we've come across.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mate, he's a lovely looking horse, but what can you say about him? He's rocked up here. He was still in quarantine when we were out there last week. And
what do you make of him? You love your internationals, like you do your form over there. And
look,
what do you say about him?
He's got his form's good enough. His form's good enough to be competitive. It's just, and from what they've said, he's done plenty of work in the UK before he came over here. But James McDonald on the ride, he's a very good rider. You could give him a hope. I wouldn't want to steer anyone away. I haven't got him in the top 4, but I wouldn't want to sort of pot him either.
No.
What about you? Same theory?
I haven't seen him. And he's got gay.
She's not going to crash up down here. But
yeah, at least he hasn't been at Flemington. He's been at Werribee hiding away.
It might be a positive that he's out at Werribee.
All right, number 12, Galileo's Choice. Oh, the jumper.
The jumper.
The jumper.
Yeah.
17, 19, 17. I just get so confused with it. Like, how can a jumper win a Melbourne Cup?
Well, yeah, look, but don't be confused though, because Dermot, I think Vintage Cop went over the sticks before he won.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it just, please,
this is my second tip. This is my second choice. I've got him in second. I think he's just got the right kind of form from where he's coming from. If you go past the previous horses that have come from where he's come from Ireland, I'm talking about, the kind of races he's running in are the kind of races they need to be in. It's just hilarious. So you go back, he was beaten 10.5 lengths in a hurdle 3 starts back.
He ran second in a Group 1 hurdle.
He ran second in a Group 1 hurdle. Imagine that. Yeah, it's hilarious. This is a horse that if the rain comes, although he's won 4 from 7 on a good track, the stable want a bit of chop in the ground.
Mark Well did make that point listening to him interviewed on Saturday night. He wants the cut in the ground.
Yeah, he does. And this is the one that... So I've got Mount Athos on top, but if the track comes up any worse than, say, Dead 5 or worse, then it'll be Galileo's Choice on top. I think he's drawn perfectly. I love like barrier 11, sort of about 7 to about 12 in the Melbourne Cup. I think he's just Pat Smullen. He's been out here before and ridden the race before. So...
What barrier is he drawn? 11.
11, yeah. Barrier 11. He's in a perfect spot. He should just be able to get one off the fence.
Tipping he's a good chance of being through, though.
You reckon? Well, yeah, with Pat on, you just don't know. But he has ridden in the race before, Pat. And and I reckon that time when Bossy pulled his pants down, Vinnie Rowe, Mackay Diva, her second win in 2004, he thought he had that race when he came around and with Vinnie Rowe, and Bossy's just got up on the inside on Mackay. So you swap the runs, you probably swap the results in that race.
All right, what do we got next? We got Glencairn Gold, 67 to 51.
Tommy's first ride, it'll be exciting for him.
Yeah.
I couldn't have him. Look, Gay keeps on saying that he changed stride in the Caulfield Cup, and the kind of horse that he is, when they change strides, they lose momentum, and then that's it. But I just don't think he's up to it.
Caulfield Cup favourite. $67 in the Melbourne Cup.
That's the only thing. She also made that point that this is a horse that was a favourite for the Caulfield Cup. He fails, and now everyone wants him.
Maybe he shouldn't have been favourite for the Caulfield Cup.
Well, that's it. It could have been an overreaction in the market.
You know, I can't have him. He was average in the Caulfield Cup. He's been battling a foot problem.
Yeah.
I'm tipping this will be one of the ones that pulls up sore after the race.
Could do.
It just happens so often, you know. I'm not saying he's not seeing right now, but it just happens so often. They pound those feet, his hooves for 2 miles, mate. They start to feel them at the end of it.
Barrier 7 helps him. If anything, if you're going to make anything for him, it's just that this time.
Well, at least they don't have to go nuts on him this time to get across.
Yeah, the longer trip means you'll get there a bit easier. So,
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to ride him just in behind him this time either. Maybe it would change. Anyway,
should have done that in the Caulfield.
Number 14, yeah, but the barrier didn't allow. Number 14, Green Moon. He's $15 and he's steady.
He's just not one of mine.
I'm the same.
I don't know. I realise that, you know, the Cox Plate, you can't read into it too much because he was going well before him, but mate, I know he ran second in the Caulfield Cup too.
Yeah, but...
And there's a couple of like good tipsters saying, you know, this is a good horse.
We discussed this going into the Cox Plate. We had massive question marks over his form.
Yeah.
And to me, he ran up to his form. The form was below the Ocean Park form lights.
Yep.
I can't back off coming off a run like he is in the Cox Plate. It was only plain. So, you know,
especially when you expect him to do more.
Well, there's horses around him in the weights that you'd be on before him, I think.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. No, not for me. My lucky day, $13.
He's possibly Australia's best hope in the race. You've made the point. His sectionals in Geelong Cup were very, very good. Form out of that race is crap. Although Gatewood, I'm not so sure how much you can read into his run yesterday because it was his 3rd run in 4 weeks and he's a European horse and normally has his races spaced.
And he pulled up lame.
You know, he's a class horse, mate. I'll let you talk because I know you like this one. So.
Well, I'll be having my $50 each way in. So, you know, his first up run was a warm-up in the Underwood. In the Memsey, then went to the Underwood. He was just working home steadily. They then took him to the Bar Cummings with a big weight, 59. He kept finding the line after being disappointed for a run halfway down the straight. Went to Geelong, missed the start, was warming up beautifully the last 100.
Yep.
He runs 2 miles. He handles it wet. He handles it dry. He gets in with no weight. He's a mature, fully fledged, mature racehorse now. That's just had the perfect preparation. It's just been building. You draw a line against him, Americain from 2 years ago. He meets that horse better, and he got close. And Americain was a pretty mature racehorse back then. This horse was a baby. He's now a mature racehorse as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the horse I've got on top.
Yeah. I just question his form. That's the only thing for me. I'm not sure about it all. I think he's running good races, but against average horses.
Moraine, number 16, $26.
Yeah, I like this guy. And there's a sense of intent here because they haven't raced him for 31 days, and his last start was over 2,000 metres. So there's a proper plan in place, and he's obviously going well enough. He was going to go to the McKinnon, and then they decided not to go there. He was definitely going to go to the McKinnon because I know Huey was told he'd be on it. He's a horse that you've got to keep an eye on because he's flying at the moment. He's going really, really good. If you go back to last spring, he was beaten 3/4 of a length by American at Weight for Age. Here he is down on 53.5. Huey's been wasting for weeks to get onto this horse for this race. You've got to give him a serious chance, I think.
What about the form around him?
Well, look, he's got the Western Symbol. He beat Dare to Dream Home. He beat Dare to Dream Home last start and Lights of Heavens. I think the form around him's more than as good as any other Aussie horse in the race. Well,
fair cool. Got Southern Speed Manigar form from a few starts back,
and he's beaten 2.5 over an unsuitable distance.
No, I don't disagree with anything you said, mate. I think he's a hope.
You wouldn't think he'd be winning a Melbourne Cup, Moraine?
Oh, why?
Well, I'm just saying, like when you think about Moraine and whatever else, but I think he's a much better horse.
He's running the McKinnon last year. He was the talk of the town after it, but then his feet played up and he was scratched. It wouldn't surprise me to see him win this race. And
look, the other thing is, and we talk about it a bit as well, is you look at his last two starts, 7 out to 9 into 550, 2 starts back. Last time, 350 into 250. The money's been on both of his last 2 starts, so it's always a good sign.
Yeah, look, it's he's definitely looks like he's on target for it. He definitely looks like he's going to be he'll give it his best shot this year.
Yep, without a shadow of a doubt.
This is left field and it's drawn a long bow, but take Faulkner out of the joint at the moment. They're stable.
He's the best
Wheels
one.
have fallen off a few of their horses.
Yeah.
Tamby went horrible. Practice was only average in the Bendigo Cup. Excluded was terrible at Flemington on Tuesday. Yep. And Green Moon went average in the Cox Plate of the big ones. So things like that I just happen to notice and just keep in the back of my mind. But he just does look to have done everything right, no doubt in the world.